So, oh, somebody's got phone in the background. If there was any, I guess we can just move straight on. Is there any questions about the minutes that Larry had sent out?
One remark.
Yes.
In paragraph 9 of the minutes, it quotes me as saying a bunch of things, and I don't think it's clear I was talking about the picnic. It also says I said something about underage drinking. I don't know where those remarks came from, but they weren't mine. Same thing on paragraph 9 of the agenda today. It's a copy of the same thing.
Okay. Steve Schumacher called on my landline, said he can't get into the picture.
That's okay. You just can watch and listen and talk.
Okay, so with those amendments, just deleting the comments in paragraph 9 on the minutes. Everything else sufficient?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So as amended, any objections?
Oh, Barry's here.
And then approve. And there's Barry.
I could actually set this up so you can vote on my business account. You can actually.
I don't know that we need to get that far into it, but we'll see. Any questions on the financial report that Ed sent out? And Ed, do you have any comments you want to make about that?
No, I think they're self-explanatory. Net income was a loss of $310. We've got $14,773 in the bank account. We've got slightly more than 9,000 in the admissions reserve, no activity so far this year. And the equity is a little more than 5,700.
Any questions for Ed? Good. Thank you, Ed.
Okay.
Information, Ann.
Yeah, the only thing I want to add that's not in what was sent out by Larry is the use status for use maps. We actually have 2 offers for the prep school this year. One is Brianna Bolton from the Monty Ranch School. She's accepted her offer. And then we have an enlisted soldier named Kevin Canales who's been offered prep school as well. He's from North Valleys High School, but he has not yet accepted his offer. He's somebody I don't have a connection with. He's out there somewhere in the Army. Obviously he has that Reno connection, but I'm not sure where he's at right now. That's really about all I have. Not a lot going on.
Yeah. Look, I had a lot of good candidates. I saw, and the sports section was running all of them, so we got more publicity on candidates accepted this year than most, simply because they had no content otherwise. So I didn't say anything about the Air Force there, Brad. I saw Navy and Army, but I didn't say anything about the Air Force. So with that,
Brad's muted.
Yeah, Brad's muted.
He can hear. So
I can hear him fine.
Brad didn't have any comment on that one. Old Business Founders Day. I don't know what's to kind of run through that, other than we probably made the right decision at the right time and saved ourselves a lot of loss, and consistent with what you saw going across the vast majority of society seemed like they canceled theirs. And we were lucky that it didn't cost us a great deal of time. So Jerry, good heads up and good thoughts on that one going, and how we pick that up on a go forward basis. We can play it again out in the fall and see how it goes. Perhaps combined social event and with the meeting later on will give us some thoughts and some input, but it's hard to get people to show up. I mean, I'm not sure the attendance issue was as much driven by COVID at the time. I think there was some, and just a lot of the younger grads just don't pitch in. And then we're not unique about that, it seems. I thought Caleb and folks were working with him had a pretty good setup for it, and we're getting information out. We have it built up again, so we'll see come the annual meeting or in November if he wants to continue to take the lead on that event, and if not, find somebody who can do it, and we can pick up the pieces that are there. But any other comments on Founders Day? I didn't hear back. I assume Tamarack was pretty accommodating with that? I mean, they started shutting down a couple of weeks later. So when we pulled the plug,
We paid a penalty of $250 to them.
they've been good to us over the years. I'm not bothered by that one.
You know what they did to Yusupon? We were just a few short, and they charged us $250 for not hitting the room max.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I could have just given free tickets away.
Huh.
So I'll talk to them. They have some new manager there.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
I
like
don't know
them though.
Yeah, they're
like
good
them.
folks.
I like them. They have to make money, but I'm surprised they charge us that $250 for that because everything was shut down that next weekend, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a Friday. But anyway, I still like them though. They're easy to work with.
Got the leaders conference still coming up. I still think that's going to be a go. I can't remember if it was Ann and Barry had indicated they
I'd
would
sort
be
of like to
going
go
out.
to it too.
I was
For
gonna say
Bill?
Bill, because he's going out there for our day or
Hopefully,
Yeah.
I'll be there for our day, and then, but the leaders conference is during the March back time, isn't it? So
yeah.
In August.
I got to check into the March back. I might, I tentatively have two daughters marching back, provided they have it.
It's scheduled March back's August 10th, I believe.
Are they going to allow us to come?
It's on the agenda right now. I have
No.
no idea.
I got to make sure I get reservations.
Yeah. Okay, that's great, Bill. If you can make it, and we have the stipend for it, so that'll be good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to opt out. I'm not going to be able, Barry, I'm not going to be able to go this year.
Anything else in Leaders Conference? Forming social events with grads from other academies. Well, as you can imagine, between that and also it's not on the list, our summer picnic and the Yusupon event, which I'd like the idea if we can get the Yusupon event and we can kind of have a summer picnic. But I don't know how many people are taking reservations for what right now. And, as long as they have this no more than the restaurants are 6 people or 8 people, they kind of blur because I track multiple states.
Yeah.
So.
I could talk about that later when we talk about Yusupon. I've got some ideas.
But until it opens up, we have some ideas, and there's actually people there to talk with. I think things are premature. We're just going to have to do it via email. I expect that the next few weeks we might see Sislac open up some other stuff here in the state, but hard to tell. That's obviously dependent if we get an outbreak somewhere and something could set us back. So, and I'm not really keen on making deposits right now, fighting to get airline deposits back and hotel deposits back and trips that were scheduled. I'm not really keen on making another big deposit or signing contracts at the moment. So, there's a Yusupon, then the High Bright and Sallyport updates, which is really D and G. Bill or Barry, you guys want to give us an update on that?
I can do Yusupon real fast. One of the quests I had was I'm trying to get back and work on yard signs for at least our cadets going. And then ideally maybe the midshipmen and others. And I'm trying to put that together. I've got the technology to do that, I think. It's just the time and all that sort of thing. But get a yard sign that they can put outside, and I'll email around those yard signs. I did something super fast. My daughter is supposedly helping me out, but she's actually pretty busy. They're doing finals. I think they're finishing up. She was doing all sorts of testing last week for AP, and then AP and finals this week, I think. To be done tomorrow or the next day. So yard signs. Let me show you something real fast. Here. So events.
Love that music on this one.
No music.
I know I recommend anybody that comes up there, push that button because it's a beautiful song.
It is nice. It's a good song. So tentatively, I'm going to send out maybe this weekend something just to the board for them to sign up on a system that will get more detailed information, easier to track people. So I'll send that out to us first, the board, and test it and slowly build up, and then invite the other academies into these lists so we can expand our lists. And then since we have a nonprofit running it, but tentatively, and this is before the coronavirus, I talked to Tamarack about having the Navy Air Force game for a fundraiser, and for the use upon for the cadets and midshipmen, and also the Air Force Army game on these dates. Those are the dates. And there's the Army Navy game, which is the normal game. So, in fact, I think there's a link somewhere it goes to our thing if I hit this. Maybe not. I don't remember. But anyway, so that's what I just wanted to talk about that. If the thing is, we'd have to use upon and West Point's nonprofit status. Let's see if this comes up. Oops, I put you on the end of that. Might come up there, guys. There's old, so I'll make something like this. This is our old one. But anyway, let me get out of this. And I think that's about it. So I'll test this system to track people and get people on board through just the board next week, if that's okay with everybody. It also give us like everyone's updated text. If somebody wants to text, it'll allow them to text. If they want to do, we'll have email, text, and phone. And you can opt out of anything if you want to also. And it'll be a better tracking system for our graduates. I was going to ask, did I ever get access to the board stuff? The
membership list?
This list right here. I started the process, but someone had to give me permission. So right here, this.
What he's looking for is for Tim to go to the AOG and get their bill approved to have access to the membership and the rest of those things that are on there. You can see some of the things on the AOG's page, but you can't see everything when you to log in. You can.
So this is all I have access to, but you guys can give me access so I can get the membership we have and their sources as just an additional person. I haven't been able to get that yet, and that could be the Corona thing too. But someone has to give me permission. Go ahead.
Tim will have to contact Amy and ask her to put you on the list that has access to the things like the zip code listing and that. And Barry had asked to have the same thing for what he's doing.
Yeah, so.
Okay, I'll get a hold of Amy.
So anyway, so Larry will probably have to document that clear. So I just need to have access to that eventually. It seems to be working okay now without me, but it'd be probably easier. And it's always should have redundancy. There should be two people that know how to do just about everything or have access to websites. I don't really have anything else. That's it.
Okay. Anything on Barry's website, Sally Port?
Yeah, I have a question about it. So let's just say back 6 months ago, Bill had redirected. My understanding was that if we were to go to the AOG website and find our society and click on it to try to get to our website, it was going to be redirected to some really good websites that Bill had set up using WPSNN.org as the URL. When we go through AOG website now, it's taking people to Sallyport, and I'm not sure when that. I've lost. I know Sallyport's been talked about, but it looks like they've already halfway implemented it. So,
Let's try
do you all
that.
have any insights on when that happened or where we're at with Sallyport activation?
I do not.
Okay, I'll have to ramp up on that. Bill, do you have any
I'm
insight
checking
on that?
this redirect on here. I don't have access now. It's not working. I don't
Yeah,
have access to anything other than just a standard West Point grad.
yeah.
So I have no additional
Okay.
access or contact. This is what our site, this is where it goes to right now, the West Point
Mhm.
off our website. So I saw something about Sallyport and I was reading about it. I know they're going to redo all of Sallyport. This is what we have right now. So is there any place you want to go here? I mean, this is like your profile. I'm logged in right now.
Yeah, that's the way. That is, the basics that we've been updating for a while, adding newsletters, adding announcements right there in a very basic form.
Right.
But it's interesting that when I go through AOG's society navigation now, it doesn't even point to that page anymore. It just goes to a default Sallyport page. So bottom line is, if you all don't have any updates about AOG and Sallyport, then I'll get a hold of AOG and figure out where we stand on that.
So right now, this is coming off our website. You go to our website and then it defaults to this domain. I've captured the old login for this. So you still have
Okay.
access to this. Where is Sallyport on here?
Sallyport is if you access it through AOG's website.
Well, if I go to AOG,
That's
Yep.
what it's on now.
I'm on the AOG website logged in right there.
Okay.
So where do I go for Sallyport?
If you go to societies, connections, societies,
connection. Okay, there we go. Societies right.
right? And then it gives you a little map. Let's see,
Right,
I'm not
right.
seeing- Yep. And we scroll down there to find.
And then Reno's right there. I can see that.
Right. So if you search for 89509,
There it is right there. So that's Sallyport.
there you go. That's where it's defaulting to. It's where it's directing to now. So
we only have about 5 minutes left before we cut off because of the number of people.
yeah. So I'll have to spend more time on this offline.
Yeah.
I'll dig into Sallyport.
Okay, just trying to close up. I'll ping out to Amy and Barry
Okay.
and Bill. I'll CC you on it. I'll also CC you, Larry, so you're in the loop on that one.
Okay.
And that they can give them full access to all web, all Sallyport status, so that they can go in and make changes and updates for the society.
We still have 9 minutes left.
Yeah, the other thing is to close up. We're just going to have to watch email. So as soon as, Bill, if you have some idea of a use upon, if you want to try to pull it off at the Tamarack, we can do that as kind of a short one. But I think I'm going to do.
I think I'm going to do. I was going to say I should have mentioned this. I don't think we're going to be able to do a picnic or a dinner or anything for the cadets leaving. I'm not sure, but I thought what I'd try to do is set up a media day. I'm trying to coordinate with some media people. I'll get with Ann and try to get some publicity and maybe get all the cadets going to different academies, someplace safe or wherever they allow us to do it, and at least introduce them to the media. That's what my goal is. And then we can invite old grads too to show up. Just something simple. The other thing too, we don't want to get any cadets sick before they have to go back to the academies.
True.
DOTMR initially put out that they're going to disqualify any cadet who got sick under COVID-19.
Anyone who tested positive, whether they were sick.
Or anyone who tested positive, DOTMR. But West Point reversed that.
Yeah, they have, although it's still in flux.
Yeah. So they have to be careful. You wouldn't want to get sick.
Right.
Good point. Do we know of anybody that of the society, anybody has gotten it, or are we all okay?
I know one person personally got it. She got it. Believe it or not, we had our daughter hold and not come back off of spring break through JFK and other places that weekend when all people were jammed up in Chicago and JFK. We had a friend one of Joanna's, Kaylee's friends across the street who's an exchange student. She came back from Spain to get out of there. She got stuck in JFK in the big crowds got home and got tested positive across the street, just right across the street. So that's the only person I know personally.
But to answer your question, Jerry, I have not heard of anybody in our society that has come down with it.
God bless us all.
The same. So distancing is working. And I think we just kind of keep an eye on, as soon as the directives about what can and can't be done, then I can ping out an email. If somebody hears something different or wants an update, feel free to send it around. I just think it's a little premature for us to try to set a plan right now, since everything is just in flux.
It looks to me like the next thing we've got a chance to plan on is the Army-Navy game. Really?
That would be true. That would be true.
We've got the other games too for use upon.
Yeah.
Air Force, Army, Air Force, Navy.
And keep those dates.
Any chance the Army-Navy game will be played to empty stands?
Oh, good.
Possible. It'll be interesting to see how that all sports in general, how it pans out. You have, I mean, the Bundesliga in Germany was the very first one to open up to empty stadiums, and I got a feeling that we may see the same thing in baseball. And college football would be an odd one without tailgating and big fan bases, but we will see. And if somebody can predict that, you should start investing if you think really good.
I've done okay.
Beyond that, anybody else have any comments? I appreciate it. It's like we all got up there. Bill, thank you for all the work and dedication you've shown.
11 people. That's good.
And so we picked it off, even though we may be behind the technology power curve.
They're good.
We did pretty well here. So as somebody who's been now 10 weeks working remotely and doing court hearings, and yes, I did do one of those court hearings with a suit jacket, wearing shorts and Birkenstocks.
Love your new haircut. Hey, Tim, I love your new haircut.
It's driving me crazy. I've had many offers from my wife to trim it, but I will not go that way.
I like
I'll
it.
wait.
Ed's going hippie.
Take it all off, huh?
Yeah.
Barbara Ann trimmed mine and it worked pretty damn good.
Yeah.
That looks good.
Yeah, everybody else is looking good. If you guys need anything or hear somebody that needs something, don't hesitate to reach out. And just everybody stay healthy. Stay healthy and posted. And whatever support you need, Bill, on those signs and kind of the costs, just let us know. We'll get that taken care of, as long as we don't violate the IP registration issues that West Point has. We can use our own original photos, and you can say whatever we want. We just can't use their protected logos and marks without.
No, I understand that. I'm pretty familiar with Creative Commons and trademark stuff. I'm pretty careful. Don't want to get sued.
I'll just say, that's kind of my bread and butter. So
I've been sued.
But we hope no one here.
I've been sued twice for my construction company, so I don't want to get sued a third time for anything else. And audited by the IRS a couple times.
Yeah. Good. Well, thanks everybody. Stay healthy, and enjoy your time at home and with your significant others.
Thanks, everybody.
As we go around, one last thing. This has been recorded, and I can put this up on a private link, and if you want it could be a public link, but I can definitely put it up on a private link and keep it.
Yeah, I'd like you to do that and let me know where I can get it for doing the minutes.
And actually, I've got some software we might be able to use. I don't know how well it'll work. That would turn it into text. So we'll see.
I'll let you all work that out how best you want it. To me, it's druthers, and there'll be photographic evidence of hair over my ears for the first time.
Yeah, good shot. We could use these for our board
2 or 3
shots.
decades, maybe close to 3 decades. But oh well.
Looks good. Looks like when I was a cadet.
Yeah. True. Good. All right. Thanks, everybody. And we'll talk to you again soon.
I'm pushing the leave button. Bang.
I'll let you sign off. Oh, good job. See you guys.
Aye.
And proudly proclaim, first to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. And it's high, high, hey, the army's on its way.